Yeah, I thought it was a good road win. Obviously very difficult travel circumstances against a good team that I thought played maybe their best game of the year, and for us to really be able to just handle everything they threw at us and still find a way to get it done was an impressive deal. And now, had a long road trip back, battling some snowstorms, and took 15 hours, but we made it. And so it's been good just to have one game this week to recover a little bit and clean up a few things and, kind of make a push of some small adjustments, just getting ready for this stretch run.
Guys, you've been part of some exciting games of 4 in overtime now, pulling them out. Does the nervousness level kind of get amped up a little bit as time's winding down on the clock? Exciting?
Yeah, it's definitely exciting. We've been in so many, it feels like, but yeah, it's definitely exciting. The pressure's raised, but I think we find a way to get it done, which is good.
I don't really think that it's really pressure when we're in overtime. I think I'm just out there playing, trying to get a win, not really worried about win or loss. I feel like we dwell on, are we going to win this, we're going to lose this, we lose sight of what we really need to focus on, that's getting the win. So.
Put it up for questions.
You talked about the adjustments a little bit, like you need to make against Adam State from last time. What kind of expand on that and what you think you could do better than that before?
Yeah, I think our offensive flow continues to need some improvement. We just have multi-dimensional players at a lot of different spots and dealing with 4-guard lineups a lot, and just trying to figure out how to get kind of attack the right matchups without slowing down the pace of the offense and making sure everybody's involved. And then different defenses throw different wrinkles in there for that. And so just kind of clarifying some of that. And I think that's starting to become clearer for us. And we found maybe a little better wrinkle just that helps the guys play in better flow. And so, every group's a little different. And, just having Blaise emergence and Jared Small getting into the rhythm of the game, has required us to tweak and adjust things a little bit to meet the needs of the group. And, then people are game planning us differently. So there are always little things you have to adjust to as the season goes on. And we're sort of getting a sense of the game plans have been pretty similar the last few weeks. So really just having fine-tuning how we want to attack things.
So, guys, Coach was talking to him after the game the other night and said, this group, especially you young guys, you kind of have to feel things out early on. And obviously, both of you guys coming off the bench, does that kind of help you adjust, kind of seeing how the game's going when you come in and you don't have to really get in the flow, after 2 or 3 plays? What all does that help you coming off the bench?
Yeah, I definitely think it might help. We game plan well, and we know what they're going to throw at us, and in practice we work through it. So we have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. So then when it comes to game time, it's just executing what we do in practice.
And then they throw a wrinkle in there, and you go, okay, here we go.
Yeah, and then we make plays. The coach trusts us to make plays, and we'll go in and trust our teammates, and we'll get the job done.
I think the most crucial part for me about coming off the bench is being able to see the game before I actually go in, so I can see, okay, Christopher's playing my spot. How are they going to play this defense? What are they going to do on offense? What's the pace like? What's the physicality like? So it helps me envision what I'm going to do before I go out there and do it. So it definitely does help me go out there and play better, just seeing the game before actually going out there and not just having to throw myself out there and be like, okay, I didn't know they were going to do this defense. But like Reece said, we do game plan really well, so we kind of do know, like, they're going to do ice defense, or they watch film from games before, so we kind of know what defense they're going to throw at us. But it definitely is personnel-based. They play differently on me than they play on Reece, so it's just it does help me a lot, though, seeing the game before I do go out there, though, for sure.
I'd say, Blaise, the last few weeks as you've gotten more and more playing time, and just looking at last week, it almost looked like it clicked, and it was one of those games where you could find your spots a lot easier. Obviously, sitting and watching wasn't what you wanted to do for the first couple of weeks, but you feel like you're more in the flow of college basketball now?
Yeah, I feel like I said last time we did the interview, I feel like pace is the biggest adjustment for me. Is the game's a lot faster, and having a shot clock in college is a lot different for me. So I feel like me just slowing my game down and not trying to play too fast definitely helped me see things better and make better reads instead of just trying to rush into something and either turning it over or making the wrong play. So.
Plus, the other thing for Blaise that he wasn't used to is people were kind of sagging off of him because they didn't know what his skill set was. And when he first came back, his shoulder was still bothering him a bit. And so now that he's just back in a rhythm shooting the ball, it just makes everything opens up more because, he's obviously a threat from three and to put the ball on the floor and make plays for us in the paint. And so all of those things came together. I think, if you look at that last game, it's a great indicator of what these two have brought is that I think we'd scored 4 points in the first 12 minutes of the game. And then when these guys came in, we started to get going offensively and had some really good actions. And kind of the game started to shift a little bit because we were able to provide a little more offensive punch.
Coming out of high school, how different is it playing the shot clock? I never really realized, these guys aren't used to a shot clock, and you finally get it in your head.
Yeah, it's definitely different. In high school, our offense was to push it in transition and get transition points. So I was used to scoring it quick, but then even with the shot clock, coach talks about getting a good action, using that time to make sure we have a good play and a good shot. So it was definitely different, but it was definitely an adjustment I had to make.
Coach, we just talked about it a little bit. Talk about the new regional alignment this year and how that could favor you, hinder you. Just kind of your first thoughts on the new regional alignment.
Yeah, it definitely is an adjustment. I think that when you look at the Lone Star Conference, they had like 5 teams that are having great years. And then when you looked at, us and Mines also having very good records, somebody was going to get left out, particularly if a team won the tournament that wasn't one of those 7 schools could really alter it. So the changeover, I think there is not the depth to people having great seasons, and the teams in the West region that we've now been paired with are not playing as many games or as many opponents. So I think it's really going to be a challenge for the committee to be able to figure out who's worthy of being in the tournament. Is it better for a team that's in the RMAC that's beat 8 or 9 or 10 different opponents but has a closer to 500 record, or is it better to have one of these West Coast teams that have maybe only played 3 or 4 teams but has a better winning percentage to get in? So, and I have no idea what the answer to that is, but it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. But I think in general, the fact that we've gotten a lot of work done, the move increases our likelihood of making the tournament.
So that's going to be huge. The early season results, going, hey, just go win the tournament, right?
Yeah, so obviously our first goal is to win the regular season, then it's to win the conference tournament, and then obviously we just want to be playing our best basketball at the end of the year so that we're giving our best chance to advance in the NCAA tournament. And it gets to the end of the year, there are just so many unpredictable things. You just want to be playing your best and put your best foot forward to get yourself in the best position you can be to try to make a run. And this group has done that to this point, but I'm excited what we can get done here in these next few weeks to get ready for it all.
Having such an RMAC heavy schedule this season, do you think it's helping you guys prepare as freshmen to prepare for the RMAC tournament, your first RMAC tournament, a little bit more?
Definitely. I mean, seeing the competition and being able to play as many games of the RMAC teams, I think will definitely help in the tournament because we will have already seen them.
Yeah, I agree. We've pretty much seen almost all the teams besides, I guess, Highlands and Mines and maybe another team. But I feel like Reece said, just seeing all the competition before and knowing exactly how they're going to play us, and they might play us similar, maybe a little different, just because they probably lost or they might have beat us Western. But yeah, just seeing the defense and seeing everything before is definitely going to help us advance in the tournament for sure. So.
Question of the week. Favorite road trip snack?
I might go with Trevor's Trolley sour gummy worms. Blaise and I got into those and we kind of killed those. So yeah, that was pretty good.
I don't really bring a certain snack. I usually just eat whatever Christopher, Reece, or Trevor have around me. So whatever they have is my favorite road snack.
You put in an order for them to make sure they get what you want?
No, it's just usually when they fall asleep, I just go in their bags and look what they have.
Well, that was an honest confession, at least. I appreciate that. For me, I think I'll go the opposite in that the least favorite is the post-game pizza gets old, and we tend to be, that's about all we can do because we got to be ordering food in and nothing's open after the games anymore. So it's about our only choice, unfortunately.